Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean and tonight we'll be reviewing Old Grandad Bottle & Bond. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is our bottle for this evening, Old Grandad Bottle & Bond. And as some of you may know, Old Grandad as a brand is part of the Jim Beam family now. Jim Beam purchased the brand quite a while ago. Some think that it may not have been for the best for the brand, but nonetheless, it is still very well beloved by most in the whiskey community. And this is the Bottle & Bond version of Old Grandad. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what it's all about. Now, of course, this being a Bottle & Bond does mean that it is 100 proof, is at least 4 years old, and all of the distillate in this bottle came from one distilling season. So let's see what kind of quality we get. And of course, that is the reason that the Bottle & Bond Act was passed, was to make sure that us whiskey lovers get a quality product. So let's first go in for the nose here and see what we're going to find for notes. Now right away, you get a very prominent cinnamon note and a lot of oak presence, getting a nice charred oak, also a nice toasted oak note in there as well, getting some vanilla, some peppery notes. Let's see here. It's also a slight lemony, like a light lemon citrus note. And also kind of just a general creamy note in there as well. All in all though, not a bad nose at all. Let's go ahead and get our first sip in. So I realized I set the bottle down on the floor, so it's back with us now. Sorry about that. It's a bad habit I need to break. But the first taste was very nice. All the cinnamon and vanilla and charred oak notes and toasted oak notes and the pepperiness and even some of that citrus, it showed through for sure on that first sip. A very enjoyable first sip. Now that was my first sip of the day, so the palate's still kind of waking up. So I'm gonna go ahead in for one more sip here and see what else we can get. All right, so mid-palate, there is a really nice kind of explosion of flavors. It goes, the cinnamon's still there and you got the char, but then it also goes into kind of a citrus and like a cherry. So there's like an orange there. There's a nice cherry note. It's more like a dark cherry, not like a maraschino cherry. And also that vanilla note really shows up really prominently on the mid-palate. And also you're getting just hints of various kind of baking spices in there as well. And all that works really well together. A very nice sipping experience if you have not tried Old Grandad. Now this was a viewer request. A viewer on one of our lives requested this. So shout out to Hangin' AZ. This one's for you, buddy. I hope you enjoy the review. And I have enjoyed this bottle. Thanks to him, he kind of pointed out that I had not reviewed it yet. I'd had this bottle in the past, but I hadn't bought one in probably a year or so. And so it was good to come back to it. And it is an enjoyable bottle. Now, as I mentioned, this is a Bottle & Bond. And there's many other Bottle & Bond offerings from Jim Beam, like Old Tub here. And of course, there's the Jim Beam standard brand that's also Bottle & Bond. And they have a couple others, I believe. But I think it would be nice to compare these. So Old Tub is more cherry forward, although it does have some cinnamon presence. And this is more cinnamon forward. And it does have that cherry note, but it's definitely not a prominent note. So I think it's more like a preference of what your palate enjoys. I think they're both good bottles, but I would say for me, I think this is probably the better of the two. This is more for your true cherry lovers here. But just kind of an interesting point of note. Then of course, in the future, we'll have to have a comparison of several different Bottle & Bonds and see how Old Grandad fares. So we'll look forward to that in the near future as well. But as far as a rating goes, I have to score this pretty well. I did enjoy it quite a bit. In the price range, I think it's a good bottle. I think I paid around $23 for this. So I'm thinking about other bottles in that price range, and I'm gonna go 7.7 on this bottle. Definitely above average for sure. A very nice pour. And especially if you enjoy cinnamon in your bourbon, then you're going to really enjoy this. There's a lot of cinnamon presence on the palate. So again, folks, if you have enjoyed this review, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more reviews from me, then you can click right here for more reviews. And if you're really enjoying the channel, then you can subscribe right here. And as always, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.